Hey guys, welcome back to another Skyrim mods video. Today I got about 11 new mods, well technically more, but I won't cheat, so we have about 11 today that I think you guys are going to love. I actually wanted to include these in the last video, but then that video would have been too long, so here we are. If you guys end up enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you have premium, you can also download because it counts as a full watch. Otherwise, make sure you endorse those mod authors at least because they definitely deserve it, so we can keep getting amazing free mods. But otherwise, let's dive right in and thank you for watching. Starting off simple with the location overhaul, this mod is called Immersive Ironback Hideout. This is a very small bandit camp, and this overhaul doesn't really aim to change that fact in vanilla, but just adding more of a immersive aspect to it, to at least make it seem like bandits can sleep here and survive. In vanilla, it's pretty empty with maybe 2 sleeping mats for them to sleep on even though there's more than 2 bandits. But with this overhaul, you'll see new camping tents, as well as food so that they can survive. If you want, there is also an optional file for this mod that will remove the bandits from this location and make it so that you can have this as a temporary home, just maybe as a place to sleep for your character. It probably won't work if you're doing a survival playthrough. Up next, another small locational overhaul. This mod is called Windhelm Dock Gate Overhaul. This mod makes massive changes even though it has such a small download size. The walkway to the gate was completely overhauled, as well as the area towards the gate, adding more guards to this location, considering it kind of makes sense that they would want to keep Argonians out of Windhelm, at least with how racist everything is before the Civil War. The guards will actually take turns guarding the gate, and you will see them making rotations as time passes. But the ground location wasn't the only part changed. The wall for the dock gate was changed as well. My lots are still vanilla, so it doesn't look very good here, but the walls for this location are definitely noticeable now, and it does look good. Up next, a new armor mod called Arise Sons of Cyrodiil. This mod adds new armors to your game that, based on what you select, can either be used as an NPC armor replacer for the Legion and the Forsworn, or you can have it set up that it's a standalone where you'll be allowed to make them at any forge at any level. I do highly recommend using the replacer version because it adds so much more depth to the Legions of Skyrim and also the Forsworn, giving them new shields and new armor to walk around with. As you can see, it doesn't really affect the guards as much as the soldiers, considering they are different and have different armor, which is why it's so hard to make a mod for them. But you will see soldiers with a completely new shiny look. Of course, the leaders of the Legion will have better looking armor, because as I said, this isn't just one set, there is multiple sets of armor with truly different colors, truly showing the ranking in the Legion. This is a mod I really didn't expect much of, but maybe new fun for my game, and while it was fun, this mod could definitely be used for anyone's mod list, especially considering my guard armor doesn't touch soldiers. So this kind of felt like a great addition to my game. And while the Forsworn was given a new armor set, also the sets added by this mod for the Forsworn are for boss encounters for that faction. So I highly recommend using Fear of the Forsworn for more diversity, if it bothers you. Otherwise, you can just use this. Up next, a brand new follower that I did happen to miss, so I went a little bit back and found it. This mod is called Raja, Immersive Voice Khajiit follower.
I have misplaced a gem of great importance somewhere within this city. It is not just any gem. It holds significant value to this one.
The quest to recruit this follower is quite simple. You just have to find his gem in one of 2 locations, and then you will venture together to another location that I won't spoil in this video, but still a very simple quest to obtain a very loyal companion. I really love the fact he has broken teeth, honestly.
You have the gold, and this one does not wish to burden you further. But if you wish me to stay, I will.
He's voiced pretty well while also having his own combat approach, and also combat quotes while fighting. Not that I'm saying he's the best fighter though, but he does try, and he's kind of tanky. It takes a lot for him to go down, well, at least against bandits on legendary level. There is a lot more to this follower that I didn't really want to spoil, but I highly recommend trying him because he has more quests that you can complete with him as you travel and gain his trust, and opinions on the quests of the game that you complete and their outcome. Up next, we have Sandbox on idle. This mod makes it so that instead of your camera starting to rotate your character after being idle for too long and destroying your FPS in dense areas, it will instead cause your character to either walk to a safe location where they can begin eating or drinking, or they will sit down at a table if you're currently near one. There was honestly no way for me to make this showcase cinematic because this mod turns off just like in vanilla Skyrim when you press any key, so I literally had to press record and then wait 2 minutes for the idle to happen. There are two things I discovered while using this mod. While the animation is just starting, sometimes your character won't exit immediately and you'll be stuck for a few seconds until it's done. And also sometimes your character will get stuck on stairs, but it was very rare for both of those to happen. This mod is also set up so that everything will be AI controlled when you go idle, but you will not interact with any items such as cooking pots or crafting furnitures like NPCs do when they're idle. I assume for a compatibility reason, and because it really wouldn't make much sense considering I would make a menu pop up. Up next, a new house overhaul, but for an NPC. This mod is called TemBeed Houses, Heimskr's house. This mod completely changes the exterior and interior of this location, and it kinda expands on a never explained Easter egg because if you play Skyrim, and you know Heimskr for no reason ever explained, has skeletons all over his house. And now this mod adds it to the backyard. No idea how he hasn't been caught yet, but maybe he's just smarter than us. The interior, while originally very bright with lux, with this overhaul it is changed to be kind of dark, which kind of makes sense to me considering how candles work, but maybe you know more than me. But as you can see, a before and after was essentially not even needed. This interior was changed so much that it was given a completely new sail, so if you try to teleport to this location, you will fall through the floor. Not only were new rooms added and filled with immersive clutter, a new floor was added also, adding even more skeletons to his lore, which kinda makes me think that he's a mass murderer at this point. Whiterun homes in total always felt like a copy and paste of each other. They literally all look the same once you get to the interior, but with these overhauls they are slowly getting more diversity. So maybe we'll see more like this in the future. Hopefully. Up next is Children of the Void. This mod overhauls all the named NPCs for the Dark Brotherhood questline, even the ones not really part of the Dark Brotherhood but just NPCs added for this questline, giving them new immersive looks that I believe uses Charmers of the Reach as inspiration, but I could be wrong. Every change that were made to these characters just enhances on what was already in vanilla because they were made with that look in mind. Hence why the mod author says they will not be making any custom followers with these new face overhauls. Kinda find it weird that I forgot Gabriella was even an NPC in Skyrim. But these overhauls are not aimed to make every NPC seem like a supermodel, but it will make them look a lot better than what you can find in vanilla. Like with Astrid, hers is probably my favorite. While she isn't perfect, her skin looks like she's going through a lot of stress, which makes sense considering she is the leader of an assassin's guild. This mod was not to turn the Dark Brotherhood into supermodels, but to just make them a little bit more enjoyable to look at. The next mod is called Helga Armor by Fuse. I say their name because this mod is not on Nexus, it is patron only, but it is free. This mod adds a female only armor that you do need to add item menu to obtain. You cannot craft it or find this armor. It comes with about 4 pieces including the necklace, which is quite small and not really too noticeable unless you're looking for it, but it definitely adds to the armor once you notice it. The dress, as you can see, does have HCT SMP applied to it, and it's added to a lot of it, so while it looks great while walking, running and jumping can mess this up a lot and cause you to have to re-equip it. But one more armor for the male players of Skyrim, this mod is called Highlander Armor. Also patron only, but also completely free. Coming with the super simple light armor that you can craft at any forge, with no perk requirements, you just need the crafting materials, or you can just use an add item menu. And while I did say for male players, this armor is also unisex and has support for CBBE, UNP, and SAM, if you could still find SAM in 2024. This armor does have an alternate helmet that you can wear, and it does look great, but I'll be honest, the wolf helmet undoubtedly looks the best for this mod. But the second helmet is probably for beast races, because it does support both Khajiit and Argonians. The wolf helmet does not work on them unfortunately, and will be invisible, but a little glitch for more armor, you can wear both of them at the same time. You just won't see the wolf helmet. And just like any other mod by Fuse, it has some of the best physics applied to the skirt, as well as the items on the armor, such as the pouches. They don't move a lot, but just to let you know, they aren't completely static. The final mod of today, we have the mod Master the Summit Revised. This is a complete remaster of the original mod, To simply explain it, at certain locations which are marked on the map of the original mod, you can go and check that, and that's how I find it. You will now find bridges and other miscellaneous items placed along the walkways, just to help you climb a mountain without making you go completely around them and wasting 30 minutes of your life. This revised version just goes further fixing previous bugs, considering the original mod is no longer supported due to real life getting busy for them. So this mod picks up on that, as well as bringing dozens of new patches for you to select if you have a large load order. Unfortunately, they are all separate. There's no installation auto select like other mods do nowadays. Honestly, I'm not using any of the patches yet, and it works perfectly fine for me. But I assume on Modlist with over 2,000 mods, you'll probably need all of them. Based on the mod page of the original mod, there are many more locations than the one I'm showing for you to find and explore. But for the most part, I have the biggest and easiest to find locations. This mod doesn't just add a new bridge to the location that's just climbing the sky so it looks like a Daedra made it. Instead, it actually wraps around the mountain so that you can tell people were climbing this location before you. So while making it easier to reach the location, you still have to put a little bit of effort in. It's crazy, I was actually afraid to try this mod, but now it's become a must-have for me, just for the environmental changes it makes on my Skyrim. But that was it for today, guys. Let me know what you thought about this video, and I'll try my best to reply to every comment I can. But as of right now, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace and love, guys.